Good morning and welcome to another Bookmas vlog. I filmed and uploaded one of these already. I'm pretty new to filming vlog style content. I don't think I live the most interesting of lives. Hey, you guys seem to like to see what I get up to every day. This weekly vlog is going to be slightly different. That's because I actually have things to do. On Monday this week, I'm going to go and see Brooke Fast, the author of To Gauge a Wild Bird, which is one of my favourite books of the whole year. She is doing a Fairyloot Event, which is a talk and a signing down in London. I'm working a half day and then driving to London and getting my book signed and then driving home. Literally going to end up coming back at like 2 a.m. But it is going to be so worth it, so I will try and capture some footage to show you guys the event and also what me and my friend Laura get up to in London. But also this week, it is my birthday and I'm back in London again. I have booked tickets to go see the Hunger Games on stage. I'm so excited for the tickets are like 300 quid, so I hope it's worth it. You can get cheaper tickets, by the way. I am just feral for the Hunger Games, but I felt like going all out for my birthday week. So we're staying over at the Bloomsbury and we've booked to have a festive afternoon tea on the Dalloway Terrace as well. We'll probably also do some Christmas mooching. Hoping that they've got all the lights up in London now and maybe a couple of Christmas market stalls we can go and take a look around. And just general festive vibes for my birthday, because it's near Christmas. Before we dive into the rest of the vlog, if you like books and particularly anything fantasy or romance, then make sure you are subscribing. And if you want to see more of these weekly vlogs where you get a bit of a snapshot into my life, let me know in the comments. Okay, meeting Brooke Fast the other night was so fantastic. Genuinely, I have been to a number of author events, but I haven't felt like the giddy excitedness that I felt the other day. I think because I love To Cage a Wild Bird so much, and also like Brooke was just such a lovely person. I feel like we had a good natter. I managed to get my book signed. It was just a fantastic event, and the food was fantastic earlier as well. I think I inserted some footage. We went for Caribbean food, and it was delicious. Did have a panic that we weren't going to be able to get home because the car park door wasn't opening and it was like freezing cold and like 10 p.m. in London, and I was like, hello, let me in please, I need to get in my car and do another 4-hour drive back up the country. But it was fine, I just have a tendency to panic. We were okay at the end. So I went to that event with my lovely friend Laura. When I'm filming this, we're actually on Wednesday now. Tuesday was a write-off. All I did Tuesday was work and then do a live in the evening. But I think because I got back so late Tuesday morning, it was 2 a.m. in the end. I was just like, nah. But today is my last day in work before I go off on some annual leave to celebrate my birthday. My friend Emma is traveling down today to come and watch the dogs whilst we're away. Me and my husband need to desperately pack. I haven't started packing yet. And I'm in work all day today and I've got my live 5 till 7. So I'm going to be trying to do as much as I can on my lunch break or like after 7 p.m. And then tomorrow is going to be a very early start for getting down to London. I'm so happy I managed to find time to check in before I go get ready for the evening. It is now like 9 p.m-ish, I want to say. If I look frazzled, it's because I am. Work was a lot today. But as you've probably seen in the vlog by now, I did manage to pack. My friend Emma made it safe and sound, and I'm now going to go and shower, and then I've ordered food, so I've got to go and do that really quickly so that I'll be out by the time food gets here. And then I'm basically going to shove that down my gullet, watch some Grey's Anatomy, and just get ready for bed. I'm going to be up super early to do the drive down to London. So this is probably the last you're going to hear from me tonight. You might get some footage of like my dinner, but if not, I will see you in the morning. You're probably not going to see me like this in the morning. You're probably just going to get some travel footage, but I'll try and check in as soon as I can when I make it to London. So we made it to London.
We did.
We have had a very busy time, actually. We got in, I want to say, about 11 a.m.
What?
Traffic was horrific, so we thought we were going to get here about 10:30, or like actually 10 a.m. But we then thought it was 10:30, and then it ended up being 11.
Yeah, last 10 miles was about an hour, so London.
But we made it, and we're finally in our hotel room. Even though we got here at 11, the room wasn't ready for quite some time, but we had afternoon tea, which was lovely. I think I've already included some footage of that. It was delicious. But if anybody's been thinking about having afternoon tea at the Bloomsbury, it was really delicious. We had champagne to celebrate my birthday, and the cakes were really good. And I had the festive tea. What did you have?
You had the Bloomsbury festive tea,
Uh-huh.
and I had English breakfast tea, so just like a standard tea.
A standard cuppa.
Yeah.
And then after we did that, the room still wasn't ready, which is fine. Check-in wasn't until 3, so we went for a wander. We went to Covent Garden. So Kieran bought me some lovely perfume for my birthday, which has not arrived.
Literally paid next day delivery, and it wasn't delivered next day.
So I knew exactly what perfume it was because it was a perfume Kieran knew I wanted. So we actually just went into the Jo Malone store and I doused myself in it. So that was still wearing it.
So you can pretend you've already had it.
Yeah, it's almost like it arrived on time. So I currently stink of Jo Malone. And then we just did a bunch of shopping. I went into Pure Soul and got some Korean. What did I get? I got lip tints, some K-Beauty lip tints.
I have no idea.
And I also got a face wash. I forgot my face wash. And then something I'm a huge fan of that I've never actually been into a physical store. I think they only have one, but they are opening a second one soon. Is Tala. I'm obsessed with Tala. I don't think I own a piece of athleisure clothing or like comfy work from home clothing that isn't Tala. But yeah, I have like their leggings, their flares. This jumper I'm wearing is Tala. The coat I've been wearing today is Tala. I just love everything that they do. Their vests are great. So I went in and there's a couple of pieces that I've been eyeing up online, but for some reason just didn't think they would suit me. But I tried them on and you did that typical man thing of going like, yeah, looks fine for all 3 of them.
Yep.
I took the executive decision and bought them anyway. And yeah, we're just going to spend a couple of minutes in the room getting settled, unpacking our stuff, and then we're very quickly going to get changed and head over for dinner.
We're going to head over to the Ivy on the Canary Wharf. Is that where it is?
I think it's Canary Wharf, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to get the burger, like I get everywhere else.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to have yet. I'm not even too hungry, so I don't think we're going to do a full 3-courser, but I'll capture some footage at the Ivy, and then we are heading over to watch the Hunger Games on stage, which I'm so excited about. It's also worth mentioning we're staying at the Bloomsbury, London, which is lovely.
It's very nice.
And we actually got our room upgraded. We checked in and they were like, oh, we've bumped up your room. So I think this room is an extra couple of $100 a night.
Yeah.
So that was a nice birthday surprise. But we'll hopefully maybe check in before we go to bed tonight. But I will include lots of clips of dinner and just London in general. Obviously, I won't include any clips of the show, but I might do of like the merch area and us going and getting excited to watch it. What do you think is going to be your favourite bit about watching the Hunger Games on stage?
I'm looking forward to seeing how they portray the combat, because I've heard it's physical theatre that they use, which I can appreciate as a drama graduate.
I think I'm just looking forward to seeing the story again, told in a different way. I love the books, love the films. The books and the films are some of my favourite of all time, so I'm really excited to see it. Part of me wishes they're going to bring out like a Hunger Games musical or something. I would watch it. Anyway, we're going to go get ready and head out for dinner, and we'll take you along with us. Good morning. We got back really late from the theatre last night. I might include a clip later on in this vlog about my thoughts on the Hunger Games on stage because I have many. But we're running a little bit later than planned this morning, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Our stay at the Bloomsbury has been lovely. We came back to our room last night and I didn't realise they'd come and like turn the bed down and they put like slippers next to the bed. It has just been so luxurious. But right now we are packing and we've got a breakfast reservation that we need to run off to. Plans for today, and I don't know how much footage I'll get around London, but plans for today are just to nip into a couple of shops yesterday. We went to buy some food to take back with us. Like the person that's watching our dogs is a big fan of donuts, so I'm going to go grab them some donuts from Donatelier. We also found a handmade chocolate shop called Barnaby. I want to grab some of those to take home, but we thought we'd do it all today so it can be as fresh as possible. Also, I love buns from home and they're only in London, I think, so I might grab some cinnamon buns to take back with me as well for breakfast tomorrow. So that's kind of going to be the day. We're heading out to Fallow for breakfast. Fallow is a restaurant that my husband has been following on YouTube, I think. And as soon as I was like, oh, we're going to London, he was like, oh, next time we go, I know we've booked dinner, but we should try and go to this place. Anyway, we found out they serve breakfast, so that's where we're going for breakfast. But other than that, it's going to be about 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe tops of just running around London, getting the last little bits that we need, and then getting in the car and driving home. Because I have a live this evening, because I'm filming this on Black Friday. I'll try and capture as much as I can, and I'll include a clip when I get home of me and maybe my husband as well, reflecting on the show that we watched. So if you want to know my thoughts on the Hunger Games, then stay tuned. It'll be in the video shortly. Good morning. It has been a few days since I last checked in with you. I think when I got back from London, it was just a hectic weekend and I had a friend over. So I'm finally taking 5 minutes to catch you guys up. Today's going to be the last day of the vlog, and I don't actually have too much to get done today, but I do have a few things to show you. And I thought we would finally touch base and talk about the Hunger Games on stage now that I've had time to stew my thoughts. Before I dive into the Hunger Games on stage, let's open my advent calendar. I never get the same advent calendar. Last year I had a Hotel Chocolat hot chocolate one. This year I've gone for the Burn and Blend matcha advent calendar. I'm a big matcha fan. In fact, I'm just a big tea and coffee fan in general. And Burn and Blend do my favourite matcha. It's now the only matcha I will buy. I really like the fact so many different flavours of matcha in here. I had super matcha yesterday, which is blueberry and acai. So let's see what flavour I have today. Today we have a matcha I know that I like because I have a whole pouch of this one. This is cinnamon bun matcha. So many of these little pots lying around. I really don't know whether I'm gonna have the blueberry or the cinnamon bun. Part of me thinks I might have some more of this one. Also worth noticing, whilst I was in London, I treated myself to a few bits for my birthday. In my vlog, I mentioned that I went to Tyler Carnaby Street, and in store I got their rugby shirt. I got a long sleeve, I think they're called 365 shirts. And then I also bought a dress. Actually, I've never tried one of the Tyler dresses, but it fit really well. And it was 50% off. So I was like, you're coming home with me. Do they do you in any of the colours? They didn't, sadly. But the big thing I treated myself to while we were in London, I wasn't planning to buy this, but I have recently fallen in love with Coach bags. So actually I got this one as an early birthday present. A couple of different people sent me some money for my birthday, and this is what I got with it. This is the Coach Brooklyn bag. This is the medium size, I think. I don't know the exact sizing of it. But I've been using this for around a month and have been loving it. So whilst we were in London, I saw that Coach had a Black Friday sale on, which I wasn't really expecting to see. And I went in intent on buying nothing. And I came out with another bag. This is the Coach Tabby bag. This is in the largest size, which I think is the 26 inch. The one with the all black metal hardware, but I think they do this with the silver Coach clasp and the gold one as well. But I mainly wear black, so I thought I would get the all black. I was really torn between this and another of the Tabby. They have a new colour in, I think it's a dark olive green, and that has gold hardware. That was also beautiful, and I spent literally half an hour in the store being like, which one do you like, Kieran? And then another last minute birthday purchase for me was some Ugg slippers. These aren't slippers, these are actual shoes. I'm just gonna wear these around the house. I have been wanting a pair of Uggs for the longest time, so I picked up the Uggs. I don't know much about Uggs. I literally was trying them on, do these get bigger? They feel a little small, and the lady in the store told me yes. I don't know if this colour has a name. I got these chocolate brown ones with the red thread around the edges. Anyway, I have to get to work because I am now back in work after my birthday, but I'm going to start by making a morning matcha. I'm actually going to go for cinnamon bun, and then I'm going to head upstairs, get some work done, and I'll check in with you later about my final thoughts on the Hunger Games on stage. I think it's time to have a chat about my thoughts about the Hunger Games on stage. This is a completely honest review, by the way. I paid for my tickets, nothing was paid for me. And we paid for the top band tickets, so we were sat on the second row from the front, which I think cost us £300 for 2 tickets at the time of booking. Okay, overall thoughts. I really enjoyed it. As a piece of theatre, it was really good. As a fan of the Hunger Games, I loved it. Things I think it did really well. It was a very, very ambitious show. I remember when the show first came out, there was a couple of critiques around its technical elements, which I think they have ironed out by the time that I have gone and watched it, because I didn't notice anything that was off about the tech. Having said that, there were multiple opportunities for stuff to go wrong, and the show is heavily reliant on its technical elements, but it is very ambitious. The show felt huge. I do think it had been well considered and well written. I think somebody had studied that book intently before turning it into a stage play. And as somebody who has been a huge fan of the Hunger Games books and the films, it was really nostalgic, but also really fresh, actually, for me to go and watch it as a stage show. It felt different enough that I still felt like I got something new from this, even though I've read or watched other iterations. I really enjoyed the cast. I think the casting was done really well. I think the length of the show was good. It didn't start late or anything. Again, I know when the show first opened, there was a couple of times it was delayed, but I didn't experience any of that. It was a spectacle. There was lots of, as I mentioned, technical elements, but special effects. There was lots of fake blood and fire on stage that just made the whole thing feel epic. Some things I'm neutral on. I don't think these are positives or negatives. These are just some of the things I've taken away. I don't know, and I can't answer this because I have read the books and watched the film, but I don't know if you didn't already know the story of the Hunger Games, I don't know if you would have known what's going on. I get the impression the show is reliant on the fact that you already have some prior knowledge about what the story of the Hunger Games is. So it's really hard for me to say because I know the story of the Hunger Games so well and I have watched already in multiple different ways. I didn't have that problem, but I do get the impression from the show that maybe if you don't know the story already, you might struggle to follow it or it might seem a bit chaotic. Something else I'm very neutral on is this is a show with lots of physical theatre. I'm seeing a lot of people say that it is interpretive dance, and not really. I actually have a degree in drama and theatre, so I'm quite used to the weird and the wacky and the wonderful and all the different types of theatre that are out there. So for me, it didn't feel unusual. It felt like a really interesting way to portray some of the scenarios that were happening. It felt very creative. But physical theatre is not going to be for everybody. If you are expecting to go and have this be a more serious stage play that feels like a literal beat-by-beat retelling of the film, that is not what you're going to get. The other thing I'm neutral on, but maybe leaning on the negative side of, is there is a full-blown musical number in this piece of theatre. I think I understood what it was trying to convey, but it felt really out of place for me, not just in the world of the Hunger Games, but in the show itself. So like, whilst it was fine, it did pull me out of it a little bit. I didn't viscerally hate that section as much as I know some people did. And like, the singing was good, the dancing was good, like all of it was performed well. But as it was happening, I was kind of looking around going like, are we all seeing the same thing? Like, what's happening? And I think if it happened more than once, it maybe would have made more sense. I don't know, that just took it out for me. I don't understand why that musical number was there. If anyone has more context as to why that happened, let me know in the comments. Negatives. The opening of Act 2 was a real letdown for me. It felt completely uncontrolled and chaotic, to the point where there was people in the audience around me that were like nervous laughing. I think there were other ways that that could have been portrayed. I understand what they were trying to do. It didn't quite work for me. And again, I was sat right at the front, so I was really exposed to the chaos happening at the beginning of Act 2. I don't know if I would have sat further back, whether it would have been better. It was a lot. And there was like flashing lights and screaming. There was this one point where a member of the cast was maybe like a foot in front of me, like screaming at the top of his lungs. And I literally remember like physically recoiling and looking at my husband like, are we okay here? I think it was intended to shock. I think it was intended to be a bang of an opening to Act 2. Didn't work for me, unfortunately. Overall, I would recommend it. I did really enjoy it, particularly if you're a fan of the Hunger Games or if you like kind of, I guess, more interpretive theatre. I thought it was good. Overall, it has been a really hectic week. If I look frazzled, it's because I'm filming this at the end of the day and I have been literally sat at my desk, like hustling away all day. I'm gonna finish up the vlog here because all I'm doing this evening is going downstairs and finally reading my book. It feels like it's been a solid 8 days since I've picked up a book. I'm gonna go and chill, I'm gonna go read my book, and I'm gonna go have some dinner. Before you go today, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like on the video, and I will see